stage.
Oh, you're welcome.
Lovely day.
You are an absolute beacon. Every time, I mean, I've been to the Hootenanny a few times, I've seen you, and your smile just beams out. You've got such great energy, but you've done so much at 3 decades at least in the music biz.
Well, yeah, and the rest.
And the rest.
And the rest. Someone sent me a footage the other day, and it was 1977, this footage came in.
Wow.
And it was at the Edinburgh Festival. And I must have been about 18, 19. And Arena, the BBC, Arena filmed our little piece at the Edinburgh Festival. And a friend of mine who works in the BBC had access to the archives, and they found it. And she sent it to me, and I nearly cried. My little voice, I sound like a little bird. So lovely, so pure, so unaffected by anything, because it's just me doing my thing. And it was so lovely. 43 years ago, girl. Anyway, 43 years ago. And now and I was so very young, but I've been at it a long time. But it's been all right. It served me well, It has. It really has. Yeah.
Did you read the news this morning? They got nothing good to say. We're starting to be heard. Can't hear a single word that has got to be.
I want to ask you about your latest stuff, because I've just heard your new single, the latest one of your album, Love Is Here. Oh my God, A Better Way. It is amazing. The words are so right now.
Yeah, well, it's really strange, because I wrote that song about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I mean, this album took a long time to make, about 2.5 years ago. And this is a song I had, in my notebook. Something happened for me to write such a lyric. And it was just so bizarre. This whole fortnight of madness has happened. And, to be honest with you, I kind of just went numb. There's so much to say, but then I just felt like I run out of words. I felt exhausted. I felt tired. And of course, you're glued to the information coming through. You're learning even more. I mean, we know so much, but there's just so much more coming through. And it's so sad. For me, it is so very sad as a woman of color. It's almost like as though history has just done a quick whoa, thrown straight back at us. Something that we know about. We try to rise above it. As far as I'm concerned, as a family, you know the deal. Fine, get on with it. That's all. Just get on with it. Live good. Work hard. Try and achieve your goal. Doesn't matter. History is what it itself. Integrity is all about facing it, accepting it, and moving on. And just basically trying to just get on with life. And something like that happens, and you feel as though you've made no progress at all.
Oh, I've got goosebumps when you say that.
But it felt, and then you see the marches and the whole thing, and what was so for me heartwarming and beautiful is to see the young people, black and white, and I thought it's registered.
Yeah.
It's come home. It's come home. The people are now understanding, because all this time, things have changed, things have got better, people are a lot better. And this happens. No, it hasn't. So, hey, the track Better Way, it was about 5 o'clock in the morning. I woke up and I thought, there's a track on the album that I wrote, and that was something that happened when I did that for me to write those lyrics.
So you'd already written. You'd already written.
I'd already written, So some other incident had happened. But obviously things come and go and die down, and we go back to norm. Yeah. I sincerely hope we do not go back to norm. Okay. I sincerely hope the dialogue continues. I sincerely hope that a change is going to come. No, it's not going to come. It's now. That's my thing. The change is now. Not going to come.
Now feels too late.
Now.
But at least if we can.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody has to now make the effort to make sure that things do start to readdress and address, and the change is happening. We want the changes to happen now. Let's start throwing up the bed sheet. It's like making the bed, righting up, get rid of the bed, start again. It needs to be done. We need to do, and we don't need to fight, and we don't need to argue. We need to understand. And I think there's a lot more understanding this time round. A lot of people are saying that, but I sincerely hope so. I sincerely hope that, like the dialogue continues, and people are, the tumbling of statues, so I said, they're addressing certain things. You put them down, leave them up, whatever, but make the case that this happened. History can no longer be put away in a drawer or in some vault, because that's the issue. Because that history, with all the information and the legislation, all that, sadly, I think there's a little bit of, they're still operating on that stuff that was written back then. Sort it out. And better way is, as far as I'm concerned, is my voice to this thing, and it's a voice of being positive. And we got to find a better way. Let's find a better way. We can. We must. We can,
and we must.
And we must. Yes. Yeah.
We absolutely must. There's no time like the present.
Absolutely.
There's absolutely no reason not to. And there are no excuses. We have run out of excuses. Pandemic has been a nightmare for most people. It's very isolating. It's a lonely experience for a lot of people, but actually it's brought some community feel, because I think we lost that. It's come back a little bit.
Well, I my work, I'm on the road all the time, so I hardly see my neighbors. I'm here, there, and everywhere. This past 3 months or so, I'm home. I'm engaging more. We still have numbers, we exchange numbers. There's keys to houses and that, but they have to remain isolated. So I go and pick up some medication. I make vegetable soup. I do apple crumble, and then I go over. I ring the doorbell and I run. And I go, your soup's on the doorstep. It's great. And I go, thank you. And for me, it's been really nice, stay in touch with my neighbors and that. And, when we were clapping for the NHS, we'd see each other in the evenings and lots of waving and stuff. So I've been really, really, and, on VE Day, we're all sat out on our drives and our tea and our sandwiches. And it was so lovely. Yeah, comes nice moments in this lockdown thing. But, life's like that. This happens today, then something horrible happens. We just got to keep riding and just try, not let the horrible things that are happening, cripple us to the point where we can't do anything, or we become bitter and revengeful. We have to have a sense of perspective.
Yes.
We've come a long way.
Yeah.
And let's deal with it in a civilized manner, with respect and integrity, and for each other, and an understanding. And hopefully those who haven't got a clue, as we keep, changes will be made. If the multitude make a change, then it'll be okay. We'll be all right. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
I have to think so. I have to think this. I
have to say, music is something that really unites people, and it's I have to share this with you, because when I announced that you were going to be on Coffee and Convo, everybody, all my friends are, I love Ruby. I love
bless.
Ruby's amazing. When can I see it? And then quoting all your songs back at me. And
wow.
If you're ready,
go girl. Come go with me.
Oh,
if you're ready now, come go with me. That's enough. Come on.
Love it. Love that song.
Oh, wow.
And I always remember you doing that live at Jules Holland's Hootenanny as well. And I'll never forget that, because I was like, my goodness, when you see someone live, your energy, burst out of you through the studio out into the universe. I don't know what happened that day, and every time I've seen you since, it's like you have the most beautiful energy. I'm not just saying that, I love it. We've even had a dance together, and I don't know if you remember.
I remember
years ago, but we were dancing. Your family were with you at the Hootenanny.
That's right. My brother was there. Yeah.
The Hootenanny Bubbles. Yeah, your brother was there, and I think your sister-in-law as well.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We all had a dance and everything, and it's always great to see you. But you know, you've done so much, Ruby. Like, you know, you toured with Culture Club, you've worked with so many artists, you know, the Motown Songbook, for example, the Temptations, the Four Tops. I mean, do you ever look back on your life and go, excuse me, pitch me now?
You know what? Like I said to you, with regards to how we deal with life, when I had the opportunity to make the music I just grasped with both hands, head down, and I was working. I tell you, it's a God's truth. When I came up for air, it was 10 years later. And I'm back down, I'm telling you. And then I went back down, and when I come back up, another 10 years have gone. And that's basically what's been going on, really. I've never been one to sit there marking and doing, you know, this is a milestone, this is that, and look at what I've just been working. Yeah. And as the opportunities came along, I took them, and I was blessed to have the opportunities, which is so fantastic. And why not? And you know, music, like you say, music brings people together. People heard me singing, invited me on their albums, Boys and Girls album with Brian Ferry. He came to see me perform at the Bloomsbury Theatre. And the Boys and Girls album was already made, but he went back to New York to finish the album. And because he heard me singing, called about 2 weeks later to ask me to sing on Slave to Love. Wow. So he came back to the UK, I went to the studio and just overdubbed my vocals onto what the fabulous American singers are doing. And it's just like, you know, just great. So, and working with Mick Jagger, I was doing a session, a charity session down the Cotswolds with Steve Winwood and friends. And the keyboard player was the producer of Mick Jagger's Joy album. And we singing there again, invited me to sing on about 6 of the tracks of Mick Jagger's album. Wow. So yeah, little things have happened, right place, right time, nice people, just getting on with it, sharing the music, sharing the love. And that's basically how I have lived my life. Not in a sense that I needed to be famous or it's all I've ever wanted. No. Just enjoy this gift that found me.
Yes.
And, you know, it's like something found me and you got a purpose and you got to go with it. And that's basically all I've been doing. And I've had the best time. I'm still having a good time, although, yes, we've had this little hiatus moment, but, you know, okay. In actually quite welcome in some cases because I was so tired. I needed rest.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, I only came out of Europe on the 13th of March.
Okay.
By the time I came out on the 13th of March, and I came out of Austria, and Austria locked down on the Monday. Came out on the Friday, they shut down on a Monday. So everything was kicking off in Europe. They were acting already. We saw it. Flew into the UK, and we were still going, hey, oh, hello, darling. Nothing. Everything. And then the following week, the UK lockdown. So, you know, it's been kind of great time for me in this lockdown to take stock, pull back, tidy the house a bit, find a little bit, you know, just sort myself out and rest. More importantly, just trying to rest because it's been, you know, we did the winter tour. Then I came off the winter tour on the 23rd of December, flew to New York to my father on the 28th to spend New Year's with him. Wow. You know, flew back out, went into Ronnie's, got 6 nights at Ronnie's, some shows in my own band, came out, went into Europe for 3 weeks with Jules, came out, lockdown. I'm just lying down, baby. I need to lie down. So yeah, my time has been, obviously the nightmare that's going on out there, but you know, something had to, you know what I mean? For me, I'm going, okay, maybe I need to stop anyway. So I'm taking this time out. And hopefully I'm still writing and just doing little bits and pieces, but nothing great, but just taking it easy. And I didn't realize how tired I was. And I guess seeing this virus just ravaging the world, and I was talking about going to New York to see my family, my brother and my dad. Suddenly my brother Robert got hit.
Oh,
so
no.
So the first 5 weeks I was just chilling, having a really nice time with myself, and then he got hit. And then my world, I went into fight mode, because that's what I needed to stay alert, to stay up. And the phone calls are going to and fro. What's happening? Fortunately, I had family members that are on the front line and also medical trained. I mean, one doctor is a cousin and another was working in ICU in Canada. So through phone lines going through what's happening, and they were telling me what was happening to my brother, explaining. So I kind of knew what was going on, as well as what was being dished out on the news every night, so I to get ahead of everything. So I had to, and then my father, who's not very well, trying to relay with him and comfort him and tell him, yes, I've seen Robert, yes, because I had a cousin working in the hospital Robert is in. So he would go in full battle gear, phone on. I could see my brother. I could see all the stuff and the mask and the drips and all sort of stuff. It was really quite surreal. So right now, the first 5 to 3 weeks coming out of Europe and resting and listening to everything going on, to my brother being hit, to staying on high alert. And now he's come through and he's home at the moment, right? Just slowly getting back. I mean, I talk to him and I know it is a slow process. It's going to be a long process, but thank God it was a 50-50 thing. But, he came through it, and I know so many people did not. So I know I'm standing on hollow ground, because I was spared. We were spared. Oh. And it's been quite something. And, just this morning, I had a message to say that my dad was in hospital and he's come out now. But, bless Papa, because when my brother got hit, I saw my father go. But he was holding on. And he held on because he could not go into hospital because of the virus there. And he's just come out because he's got a pacemaker and things ain't working right. But he's just come out and, hopefully they'll both be okay now. But girl, I was holding my breath all this time. Oh no! Really? Yeah. So
to hear that.
Yeah. All this. Listen, we have a career, but we know what? We have a life.
Yes,
there is life. Then what we do? We're working. We're making our way. We're paying our bills. We don't owe nothing to nobody. We're serving our cause. But there's life, and you gotta deal with that. Then when family kicks in. So it's been a learning curve. It's been a trying time. It's been everything. And right now I just give thanks every day. Every day. I know I was taken to the brink. Mm-hmm. We were taken to the brink. And when Robert could speak to me, then I will say it. Because I think I used the quote. I said, I can breathe again. Because I was holding my breath throughout the whole of that. And there were times when I was breathing, I was aware of my breathing because he couldn't breathe. And then I said he could breathe again. And then, and then boom, like a whirlwind, we saw that murder that took place. And he could not breathe. And trust me, I was on the floor by then. From saying I can breathe again to hearing that.
Oh, don't. You get
me to hearing that. So, imagine, I could quite easily become some kind of lunatic. But no, I can't. Because it's life. Just stay calm. Digest it. Don't let it overwhelm you. Take control. Be in control of it. Try very hard. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Trying hard to take control of my own mind. Because I think at the end of the day, we as people, black, white, or other, have to have a self-control. Unless you got self-control in this life, we'll lose. We all lose. I sincerely hope really that we don't stop this movement. I sincerely hope that we keep up the dialogue. We keep the conversation going. I sincerely hope that, I mean, and you know, things are going to come. All of a sudden, it's no longer news. So all of a sudden, it's not mentioned anymore. All of a sudden, and you got to watch that, because that's when it just dissipates and disappears and become like yesterday's news. It's not yesterday's news. It's today's news. It's tomorrow's news.
Yeah.
It's going to become, until it becomes right.
Yeah, you're right.
And we no longer have to have this conversation.
How do you stay grounded? How do you keep your wits about you? I mean, you explained some of it there, where it's about a bit of self-control, but also you're clearly passionate about what you do.
I am, yeah, and so you're constantly fighting against the passion and the control.
It's a bit like this, isn't it?
And sometimes I don't care, I just let it rip.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, now here's the thing, you know, when I'm singing, that's when I'm abandoning it all. That's it. Yeah. I am no longer me. I don't know who I am, but it don't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm unleashed. You know what I mean? And so right now, because I'm not able to do any of that, it's kind of weird, because that's how I exercise out all this pent up energy and whatever is in you, I'm able to express. And now I'm not able to do any of that. So I'm just wandering around the garden, and the garden's been great. You know, I've been, you know, watching there's a song about watching the flowers grow. Believe me, mate, my dahlias are out. And I love her. She's come and she said, hello, Rube. And my lupin, huge. Huge lupin, baby girl. Massive loops. Yep. And so that's how I entertain myself. In the garden and loving nature. And I'm currently, I mean, I'm the proudest parent on the planet. I've got a blackbird's nest in my little tree at the back. And I can't even walk. We're about to cut the hedge, so I can't touch it. You can't touch a tree. Yeah. Oh, they're in there. Oh, fantastic. So wonderful things in nature are happening, and, you know, just holding tight, and, you know, please God, all this thing calms down and this virus takes a hike and get lost. Yeah. And people can go back to normal. Well, not too normal. Nice. We go back to nice. Nice. We want to go to nice, nicer than nice. And we're going to go to nicer than nice, and happy and happier, and so forth and so on. And because that's the only way you're going to deal with life. That's, you know, so much has happened. We can only but go upwards and hang on and say, wow, we made it. We made it through the storm. And so I'm waiting to get through this storm and get back out there and do some gigs. I mean, I don't know how that's looking. I mean, I keep hearing this thing, and we don't look like we're going anywhere anytime soon. So you know what? I'm going to just go be nursing my blackbird's nest around the back there. I'm on bird watch. And that magpie, I better go find something else to rip up. Because I'm on bird watch.
Kill it. I tell you what, if I was the magpie, I wouldn't want to mess with you.
baby girl, I'm so serious. I am so serious. You just stay away from my bird's nest. You know that, don't you? You know that.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, I'm fighting for nature and just trying to stay positive and sane, and the record's out, and I decided to put it out after, you know, like I woke up at 5 that morning, and I thought, you know, there's a track on the album, and the album's only came out in January, so it's really new. You know, haven't had chance to promote it, all the shows. I did one block of work at Ronnie Scott's, and then I got another 10 shows coming up in, you know, September, October, which don't look like they're going to happen. So the album, I won't be able to promote the album. So there's a chance that I thought, you know, just put it out. And the message of the song is really what I want to be heard. I don't care about selling units. I don't care how many hits I've got. I don't care about any of that. Because all of a sudden, you don't play it unless you got 35 trillion followers. Following who? Who are we? Behave yourselves. Yeah, exactly. Let's get real. We got things to do, proper things to do. Yes. And you know what I mean? And don't turn something that's supposed to be wonderful, where people are connected for the right reasons, into some competition, I'd rather come off it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
No. We're there to share good things, not pit each other against each other. Oh, we'll play. Stop. I'm off. And that's how I feel about life.
There has got to be a better way. We're fighting to be heard. Can't hear a single word. There has got to be a better way. Look at our history. It's been on repeat. There has got to be a better way.
I want to ask you about the Jubilee, the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. That was amazing. 2012, that was working with Jules, who you've worked with for a long time. What was that like?
Well, you know, it's fantastic. You know, I was funny enough, I was reminiscing with my friends the other day, because I took two friends with me to the Jubilee. One was turning 50 and one was turning 18. And I had passes, you know. So they came along and they had the garden party. I didn't get to the garden party. They did. They came on with baskets. Anyway, I went, where's mine? Anyway, they came on with picnic baskets. Fantastic. And she was talking about the memory of that time, 2012. And I was also watching recently the wonderful Dame Vera Lynn, who we just lost recently. What a lady. I love her. Absolutely love her, because all she did, she just sang. There's no gimmicks, there's no nothing. She just sang. My kind of singer, my kind of woman, you know. And they showed her, I think, another one of the Jubilees, and it was exactly the same position, just singing, and you could see the mall. And I remember standing on that mall, looking down, and millions. And in the end, I could so easily have like crumbled. And I had to sing, "You are so beautiful to me." And Jules was behind me. I couldn't see him. And I just following the piano. "You are so beautiful to me." And it was just, and what I felt, you know, like I said, one could be so overwhelmed. What I felt was the love of the crowd, not for me, but for all of us. And the fact that everyone had come to celebrate with the Queen and with each other, because we're all in this together. We're all at this moment in time, here on something wonderful. Yeah. And I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. And I'll never forget Grace Jones backstage.
The eyes, facial expression.
Girlfriend, Miss Jamaica, don't. Oh boy, what a chicken! She was amazing. Really. There's some just little moments I remember backstage, and you know, but her in particular, Stevie Wonder and Harry and William and everybody. I mean, it was just great. But the end of the night was the funniest of them all, because at the end of the party, we were sort of leaving, you know, across the palace yard and crunching along in the late hours. And it was me and Peter Kay and Tom Hanks and Paul McCartney. And we were linking arms, just leaving the premises. Get off our land. And we were all just crunching on, and Jules, we're also leaving. Oh, that's great. Then, could you imagine leaving the palace through the gates with my friend Caroline that was with me, and Paul McCartney and Tom Hanks and Jules and Peter Kay? We're all just leaving, just leaving the
on my way to
get off. Yeah. And we looked up and thought, I wonder if that's a Queen's bedroom. Anyway, the curtains are drawn. We're going. It was that's for me. It was almost like, you know, Dorothy going home. The wonderful with the we were going home. Yeah, we were going home, and it was just, I remember it so well.
A few years later, you were back there to receive your MBE. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, 2016. Yes, so given to me by William, you know, IHIH. Oh, it's so lovely. And we had a little chat. How are the children? They're doing fine. It's great. Thank you, God.
Well, thoroughly deserved. You have worked so hard. You have done so many things. And the thing that I love about you, you don't shout, like you say, you don't shout about everything all the time. You're just doing what you love, and you're doing it to create that ball of positivity. And that's what I've always liked about you. You and I have only met a handful of times at the Hootenanny, but I can tell straight away you're my kind of person. You are.
Bless you.
That level.
Yeah, I mean,
we're just doing.
I'm real. I try to be real. It's not try. I am real.
You are real.
Me, I don't think I could be anything else. No, I don't think so. I think, and none of that interests me. All that nonsense. I ain't got time for that. Make your music. Meet nice people. Be nice. Try and just, you can't be everywhere and everything to everybody.
You can't.
And so, no, you can't. And there's a lot of people who caught the industry and the celebrity thing. No, too tired. Ain't got time for that. I like my music. I like my privacy. I like to come home and sort out the garden, check out the birds, see what's going on in my birdhouse. But then the birdhouse didn't get used, but they're using my tree. That's even better.
That's even better, isn't it?
That's even better.
That's nature for you, isn't it?
Yeah, baby. Yeah. I'm just keeping it real. Keeping it real.
Definitely.
See my lovely neighbours cooking soup, making crumble. Woohoo!
I wish I was your neighbour. Seriously.
I'm going to catch me some rays, baby. I
yes.
need some vitamin D. You need some vitamin D as well.
Definitely. We need it. We need it. Now, I've got a couple of questions that that have come to me through Coffee and Convo, and I mean, there's so many questions, but I've picked these two for you. This is from Mark Forrest, and he says, "Is there a song which you love, but you're unable to sing live because the words or the lyrics are just far too emotional?" He says he's unable to sing Old Man River without bursting into tears.
Oh, really? I tell you what, I tell you a song that I love, and I weep every Christmas because I hear it. And it's Oh Holy Night by Mahalia Jackson. I mean, I was on tour in December, and Caris Matthews played it on her show because she was doing a Christmas thing, and she put up Mahalia singing Oh Holy Night, and my driver's up front. And he went, "Oh, you've gone on you." I said, yeah. I mean, if you get chance, pull up Oh Holy Night by Mahalia. I mean, it's just so beautiful. It's so powerful. And, I got my faith, and I have my moment when I'm just lost in that, and I want to stay there. And I want to stay there, and I want to feel that. You feel the healing, you feel everything. That for me, it brings me back. You talk about being grounded. That's my ground, solid. My faith, and humble, and powerful, and all that keeps me going, and all that keeps me alive, and all that keeps me fighting on in this life, because you're up against so much sometimes, and if you take it all on board, it could be a horrible life. But because I have this faith, this strength, it's almost like it galvanizes you and protects you. You feel it. You feel that thing surround you, and you feel whole, and you feel safe. You feel calm. Yeah.
Beautiful. I'll go check that out for sure.
Please do.
Naomi Nibbles said, she's got quite a few questions, but I think this is a good one. Who has been your favourite duet?
What, with me singing or hearing another singer?
I think it could be either or.
Oh, goodness me.
Because you've done so much. I mean, I don't even know if you'd be able to choose.
Me? Well, I mean, I've done one or two duets, but I mean, I've seen, fabulous people doing stuff. I mean, oh, goodness me, one that springs to mind, most recently, with, I think it was John Legend doing the piece with Sam Smith, I think. And I just thought it was a beautiful sound. I think, in actual fact, it was a collective. They're all joining in doing that, but he did a piece with her. Just fantastic. But, hey, when people get together and share the moment and music,
It's always
just
good.
bring it on. Yeah, always good. I can't pick any particular one right now.
Okay.
I mean, but that's a good question. But there's too many to spring to mind.
And with Jules, do you remember how many hootenannies you've been to?
That I've done? Well, I think I was on the very first one. I think I was on the very first one. When it started, and I think I sung Midnight Hour. I'm gonna wait till the midnight hour. I think I opened that one. 1903 or whatever, 1993, 94, yeah, right. Millions and trillions of years ago. It was a very long time, quite a few, because I'm there because I'm part of the band. And I do believe the band has its own little section of music. And so they have an instrumental thing and a vocal thing. And I guess I was always asked to do this vocal thing. So, hey, so grateful. It's great. Seize the moment. Let it rip.
And
wonderful. Getting the gospel. Yeah.
And for me, I've been to everyone. I've only missed a few, but everyone I've been to, I've absolutely loved it when you've sung, because there's nothing more. I don't know. I feel your music in my soul. I can't explain that, but that's just.
Oh, bless you.
Okay, and we're going to play Quid Pro Quo, which is my quick game. This is a quick fire round, quick questions. We're both going to answer these. I'm going to do 2 because I'm not sure. We're probably running out of time here, but hang on. Here we go. They're random, by the way. They could be very, very, very random.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have a favourite film?
Some Like It Hot. With Jack Lemmon, Marilyn Monroe, and Tony Curtis.
That is a good choice. I love that.
I can't marry you. Why can't you marry me? I'm a man. That's okay.
Well, mine's too many to mention, but I do love Good Will Hunting. That is
okay.
Oh, have you ever had a wardrobe malfunction? Something popping out that shouldn't?
No. Because I have a rather large pin at hand, permanently on my persons, on my hem. Be prepared, love. I was in the girls what was that? Girls Guide.
Girl Guides. Good.
Be prepared. Yeah, be prepared.
Got you. All right, I understand that one. Mine was a couple of weeks ago when I went to feed the squirrels outside, and I'd just come out the shower, and my robe basically just opened to
to the squirrels
and anyone that was on the street at the time. Hopefully not many people saw me, but we skipped over that one. Nice one. It's a good one. The last one then from Quid Pro Quo. Your biggest fear? My biggest fear? It's interesting. I don't have a biggest fear. Okay, I try not to have a biggest fear. Why would I want to wander around in my life thinking about a biggest fear? That make me always be looking for my biggest fear, or it's looking over my shoulder really. So no, I don't. I just live my life really and try to avoid stuff. If you don't get into stuff, then stuff don't get you. That's so true.
Well, yeah, I mean, and of course you don't want to, there's so many horrible things that can happen. Life can happen, but what do you want to dwell on that for?
Yeah.
No!
You're right. No. Absolutely right. Bravo, Ruby. Bravo.
Hey!
That's a great way to end things.
Thank you.
Ruby, I mean, I could talk to you all day. You are uplifting, you're inspirational, you're funny. I love your spirit, your energy. Thank you so much for joining me on Coffee and Convo.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me, baby.